And at the same time, I find it curious that the files and records that the January 6th committee have turned up missing. Who does that besides Hillary Clinton? What? Come on.
Sportfishing.com. Back to Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910 and always on our free iHeartRadio app. Here's the Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
All righty, we're back. We don't have cell communication with Captain Bell. Xandra is going to try the sat phone, see if we can raise him out on one of the big boats. I didn't have any, excuse me, I didn't have any luck getting him yesterday on the way back from Duncan. So we'll try that. So, what are we missing on your behalf? You've got your two publications, Western Outdoor Times. What's your main focus there at Western Outdoor Times? I know you've done some stuff for us on, which I'm going to ask you to do again. We've got a ADA Youth, Arizona Deer Association, combined deer and elk youth camp coming up real quick. That'll be October 12th through the 15th up in Unit 23 on the 360 Road at Colcord Campground, where we cater to the young folks that have been successful on their youth tag. And we'll have somewhere between 70 and 80 kids. And you were up there once.
I went several years ago with you. That was quite an experience.
Yes, it was. And you had made the best statement. Okay, so here's the situation. We've got mom, dad, we got hunters, expert hunters, newbie hunters, we got some mentors and stuff, and Jim Allen. Okay. Jim's in blue shorts. Okay. It's cold, but he's in shorts. Okay. What? Come on. So he looks at me, and he's looking at this group of folks, and he says, Don, there's a pretty fine line between homeless and hunters. Yeah, you remember that?
Did you make that up, Don?
No, you actually said that.
Did I really?
Yeah, I'm rolling in the dirt, laughing and carrying on. I mean, it's like, wow, especially with these guys. Some of these guys look like they're getting ready to go to Walmart. They got, 4 different patterns of Walmart. Camouflage on. And, look, like, it's a fashion statement.
Carol, if you're listening, you're not the only one that tells me not to talk so much.
Okay, thank you. But, yes. Your camo's got to match. I mean, come on. You can't wear woolen camo pants and digital Afghan top and have your face mask another color, and then your hat doesn't match anything. And you probably don't have camo boots, which are important. And it's always good to have camouflage gloves. So if none of that...
So my shorts did not fit in, you're saying?
No. No. But I will never, ever forget that. That was absolutely priceless, Jim.
That was a great trip. I enjoyed that.
Hey, you're welcome back. We've had some changes at Arizona Deer Association. I have stepped down as president. Jim Lawrence has stepped in as president, doing a great job. Carter Lawrence is our new board member, Jim's son. Great guy. Young, enthusiastic, energetic, quite the hunter, good sportsman, well-spoken, and he is our member at large. And we're still staying engaged in projects and some of the other stuff that's, I'm going to keep doing what I do. I've got a letter of comment to send to Bureau of Land Management today on the Vulcan 2 project, which is a solar project south of Tonopah, west of Arlington. Thousands of acres are being chewed up by a proposed solar farm. And the bad part, I'll go on record. I'm not in favor of renewable energy. I think it's a bunch of BS, and they need to quit it. So what's happening out here? Dave Lanford, I know Dave well. He's hosted a couple of trips to look at the area. He had grazing allotments, 15 to 20,000, whatever it is. I know it was at least 15,000 acres for 20 years. BLM notified him and said, okay, here, this is your notice. You're done. We're not going to renew your lease. You have to go. And what I've learned throughout the process, there's another big spread out there. Dustin Fetter is facing the same thing now. He hasn't been out there as long as David has. He just recently engaged on the allotments out there from coming in from Las Vegas. He's a rancher up there. I think it's a rancher and trucking company, whatever it is. So what happens is the solar company comes in and they blade the land. They make it level. And in this case, we're talking about some serious bulldozer work. They then sterilize the earth so that it grows nothing for a really long time, forever. And they put their solar panels in. So let's say the solar has a sunset of probably 20, 25 years. At the end of that, whether they renew it or not, let's say they don't renew it, who's tasked with removing the solar panels? And we're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of these damn things. They're junk. They need to be taken down and disposed of correctly. And what we have is scorched earth. We have more than likely, there's a couple of different types of solar panel systems, solar farm systems that don't contaminate the groundwater as bad as some others. The ones that I'm thinking that are out there, we're going to have contaminated groundwater with heavy metal because they're using water to flow through and cool these big giant solar panels. So at the end of the day, scorched earth.
Do what?
We have scorched earth.
Yes.
So what I've proposed to several congressmen that and I know that the new bill, and there's bills in the works in the state Senate, as I learned yesterday, still don't know what they all look like or what the depth of them is. But what happens is the BLM folks will not negotiate with a foreign entity, in this case, China, again, because that rancher needs to be compensated for the improvements that he made on the landscape. Fences, wells, drinkers, ponds, what there's just a number of things. So what I'm suggesting is in this new bill that we create an independent third-party arbitrator to work on behalf of the permittee or the rancher to negotiate with the solar company, whomever that may be. And furthermore, if it is a foreign entity, that they must live in the state, be a resident of the state for a period of a minimum of 5 years before they do anything on federal, state, municipal, or private land, including purchase it or lease it. So that'll put a stop to some of that. But more so than that is create an annuity that's, let's say David's been out there for 20 years. Okay, he grows crops, he's got cows and livestock. So there's an income that's going to be lost. So let's create an annuity for as long as he's been on that allotment, in this case 20 years, that's paid for not by tax dollars, but by the solar company to that rancher for losing that allotment. The other thing of it is that really fries my bacon, crispy, by the way, they're taking multi-use land, turning it into single use. The solar power, you're going to love this, doesn't go to Arizona, it goes to friggin' California. And I'm talking to these folks, I say, hey, did you guys go to third grade? Well, yeah, everybody went to third grade. I said, did you pay attention in geography class? Yeah, why do you ask? I said, there's a Mojave Desert over in California, and there's not a damn thing in it but lizards. Why don't you take all this stuff, move it to California, and contaminate their desert and leave Arizona alone? Just go away. Well, you know what that's met with. So.
Well, are we seeing a pattern here that we, the people, are being kept off more and more of the public lands?
Yeah, you can go back to Agenda 21 or Agenda 2020.
By the way, I've seen a lot of signs on that, we the people, but I won't finish it.
Yeah, I hear you. And then you got to look at Project Bluebeam and the UFO holographs that we're going to be seeing here pretty soon. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop, Jim. It just doesn't.
It does not.
All right, we're going to try to get a hold of Matt Shura and see if Matt's got any news on Roosevelt Lake, since we don't have Guggenauer. So I'm Don McDowell, Fox Sports 910. We'll be back.
This is the
Has Guggenauer ever shown any reluctance about some of the things you say?
Stand by. So, let's see. Six 488-0868. Okay, ask him if you get him. Ask him if you can do 5 minutes on Roosevelt. So I didn't have time to check yesterday. I just love dealing with these ranchers, and it's. I can say overall, every venue that we have, and they've been many, there are so many knuckleheads that you have to deal with on terrestrial-based venues. And then you get with the ranching community. I had a big takeaway. We went up to Williams for the 19th annual Cowpunchers Reunion Rodeo. And these were working ranchers. If you were a professional cowboy, that you could sit and watch, but you couldn't go ride something. So these guys, I'm amazed. I mean, these guys are good. They can ride the bunking Broncos and the bulls and the roping and team roping and steer wrestling and all that. It was just like, oh man. But the big takeaway, a 10-4, okay, was the children. Those were the best, well-behaved children I have probably ever seen, and there was a bunch of them. We were sitting at the table, and
it's a good lifestyle.
I'll tell you what, man, it's yes sir, no sir, yes please and thank you. Mm-hmm. This young kid walked up, and he had his hands in his pocket, and he's looking at this little galvanized bucket that we had some candy in, and I said, how you doing, young man? He said, I'm doing good, sir. I said, what can I do for you? He says, I was wondering, you think I could have one of those Tootsie Rolls? I said, no, I don't think you can, but you can have 6. Oh, my God.
Fishing newsletter to stay up to date with the latest outdoorsman news across the nation. Sign up today at huntingfishing.com. Now back to Don McDowell Outdoors on Fox Sports 910.
This segment is brought to you by TheWilderness.com, makers of quality outdoor and tactical gear. TheWilderness.com.
All righty, we're back. No Matt Shura. Matt's probably asleep in his motorhome. Doug, what do we got on the newsletter thumbnail?
Thumbnail, we're looking at, like I said earlier, Paul Gosar's comments about the 1 million acres that Biden wants to have next to the Grand Canyon. And frankly, that's all about keeping or protecting, in their opinion, the or uranium deposits that are up there.
Well, we need to do that. You know what people are forgetting with Hillary Clinton and Doug, Jim's probably going to go off on his soapbox over here. But anybody recall
I'm still biting my
Uranium One, and all the stuff that she sold to Russia? Hello? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And you never know what's going to happen to this uranium in the same vein.
Yeah, we do.
You
They're
know?
going to put it in rockets and shoot us at it. Come on,
They're going
Doug.
to shoot it back.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
a nutshell, there's a lot of dove seasons opening up around the country.
Oh, yeah.
That's that time of year. And there's a section of the Deschutes River up in Oregon that's opening up for fishing. That's good news. And in Montana, fishing closures they've had and the restrictions they've had have been lifted on most of the Montana rivers. So fly fishermen are back in the saddle, you might say.
I would say probably back in their waders. Come on.
Oh yeah. An article on the fishing outlook for fall salmon and steelhead. We're talking about up in Idaho. Wow, there's some big fish being caught up there. I don't know. There's an issue with harvested game birds from Canada. They're changing the rules as to what you can bring back across the border and the requirements to do so.
Who's doing that? The Canadians?
No, that's the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Okay.
Is doing this. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't get it, but there's a couple of things. The last of which is Kimber has announced a new lifetime limited warranty on all their guns. This is unique. Most companies don't do this. You can sort of re-register your pistol and get a lifetime warranty on it, where they never had that before.
Really?
So
that's kind of cool.
They must think a lot of their weapons, and they're good weapons, no doubt about it.
I know they do. Look at the damn price tag. They are proud of them.
Yeah. Not cheap. And up in Utah, mountain goats up in that area have killed 3 dogs in 3 weeks.
You know, you said goats. I thought you were talking about what's his name up there.
Yeah, he's never in the news anymore. I don't know what the problem is with that guy. But at any rate, there are people up there camping, supposedly hunting, and these goats are walking right into the camps, and they're not just hurting people, but they took dogs out. Why, I don't know. That must be, these goats take offense to anything coming into their territory.
Well, absolutely. It's called self-defense. We as Americans should doing the same thing with all the crap that's coming across the southern border. Come on.
We got another couple hours on that?
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, tell me about it.
In the news, the most interesting article I put out here, and I failed to put the video that's attached to this in there, which I want to repeat this for next week, but there was an immense horse wreck, and these are pack horses on the Bitterroot Wilderness area on the Montana-Idaho border that went over a hill. These horses fell down, but was surprising when you see this video, I'll have it next week, sorry folks, but they were not hurt at all and got back up and they were ready to go.
Whoa.
But you got to see this video. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you ever been down the Grand Canyon on the mules? And see the skeletons of the horses that went over the edge, the pack horses?
No, I have not.
Frightening.
I've never ridden that either. I'm surprised there aren't human bones down there as well.
Yeah, stop it. Don't say that. They'll do another NEPA.
I walked down there one time. I didn't take the mule. I wish I could have.
Yeah,
on the way out.
we've hiked it a couple times. In fact, did the all the way down from the south rim up to the north rim and had to get Grandma to come get us.
Yes.
That's a nasty ride or trip.
It's pretty.
I can't imagine walking down that thing.
It's easy going down. It's kind of hard on your knees.
Oh, sure.
But going up the other side is just an absolute killer. But
I need a helicopter.
yeah, the fishing down there at the bottom is just absolutely off the hook, so to speak. Sorry. But,
I don't know, but that's kind of a recap.
okay, well, we'll cover that on YouTube as we get off the air.
And by the way, just for our listeners, there is a technical problem between the product we use to promote this, or push this out live stream to Facebook, and we can't get on it. They're working on it. I got an update yesterday, I think it was.
Okay.
They're still working on it. Don't have an EPA of any kind, so I don't know. We're just got to sit idle until they come back with it.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, we'll keep doing what we're doing. All right, good job. We'll visit in roll call. We have 2 LEOs that have been to watch as well. We'll talk about so.
Right.
Okay, I may have something to say about Lloyd Austin being impeached. He's worked hard for that, so I hope he enjoys his time off.
Good shot.
Yeah. All right, Douglas, I appreciate you, man. Let's see. Roosevelt Lake is still at 91% full, which is really good for this time of year. Normally, as you know, we're down in the 40s, staring the 30s in the face. And fishing is a little bit slow. Topwater still working early in the morning, but right after that, go to jigs, main lake points, or what hasn't been talked about a lot this year is Carolina rigs with at least half-ounce barrel weights, 3-foot leader dragging a 4, 6, 8-inch lizard down rocky shoreline, parallel rocky shorelines in that 15 to 20-foot level. So that's what I have to say about that.
That's the end of that.
Yeah, that's it. So, all right. Look for Arizona Boating and Water Sports and Wide Open Throttle, Western Outdoor Times. Do you still have publications, hard copies? And
Oh, yeah. We still do print.
where are your strategic?
We've got several hundred locations around the state.
Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm. We also have Florida Boating and Water Sports.
How many boats are for sale back there?
A lot of them.
Yeah, I'm serious. After the hurricanes, man, they had big boats, little boats, all kinds of middle-sized boats piled up on the beach on top of each other.
Yeah, that started several years back because I started getting advertisers here from Florida, and their comment was that they got a lot of people from Arizona and California charter boats, and so anyway, we started Florida Boating and Water Sports. It's kind of fun.
There you go. Yeah, outstanding. Well, I appreciate you coming in. How long have we known each other?
Forever. The first time I ever did a radio show was yours.
Really? That was down at 1100 3rd Street in Virginia.
Yes, I think that was.
Boy, that's going back in the day.
Wow.
22 years ago. All right, hey, I'm Don McDowell. Sign up for the newsletter at huntingfishing.com. And what's your website?
azbw.com.
azbw.com. All right. We appreciate you listening. And take your kids fishing, hug your bass boat. And you know what? I think I'm going to go get bacon.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Doug. All right. We're out of here. Fox Sports 910.
Hello.